Of course, you will need much more time to work through these ideas, to talk and to pray together as you look at the implications for your church plant and your movement building. But turn now to thinking more of the impact of Calvary and Pentecost by reading Acts chapter 1, verses 1 to 8, and also reading right through Acts chapter 2. So you're first reading about Jesus. He's giving many convincing proofs of his resurrection. He's talking with his followers before he ascends. He tells them in a short time they're going to receive the promised Holy Spirit. The Father has spoken of and he's spoken of the baptism of the Holy Spirit, and they will be empowered to be witnesses in Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and to the ends of the earth. And then you read of Jesus' ascension to heaven, and those early believers waited and prayed for 10 days. And then Acts chapter 2, when the day of Pentecost had fully come, the believers were together in prayer, and the Holy Spirit came as a rushing wind into the room, as tongues of fire, and they spoke a whole host of languages that the pilgrims to the city heard and could understand, listening to the wonders of God being shared by those early believers as the Holy Spirit empowered their witness to the story of Jesus, the story of the gospel, the death, the burial, and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. This was a transformative journey, the journey of Calvary and the journey of Pentecost. I want you to spend a few moments in the section here on page 12, where you're looking at the impact of Calvary and Pentecost, exploring the impact upon Peter of meeting the risen Lord, the impact of Pentecost upon Peter, and then also the impact of the resurrection of Jesus and Pentecost upon Saul, who was an arch enemy of the idea that Jesus had risen. What was the impact, the change, the transformation that came about in their lives? Spend just 20 minutes exploring these questions here on page 12, and then we're going to come to something that is very confronting for us.